What could have provoked Anu, the sovereign ruler of the Anunnaki, to leave the comforts of his home and travel to Earth? You ask? Well, Mars's gold simply wasn't enough to replenish the dwindling reserves of Nibiru. So Anu made the bold decision to journey to our planet. Upon his arrival, he was met with a grand reception filled with celebratory bonfires that still flicker in our customs today. Wasting no time, he set about reorganizing the extraction of gold. He found an abundance of the precious metal hidden beneath the earth, with Ethiopia becoming the first gold mine under the command of Enki. The Sinai Peninsula, a strategic location, was handed over to his daughter, who was tasked with looking after the health of the Anunnaki. His third son was granted the administrative command over Earth. But just as everything seemed to be settling into place, a storm was brewing on the horizon. Alalu, feeling betrayed and sidelined, did the unthinkable. He challenged Anu to a duel. Now you must understand, among the Anunnaki, duels were a time-honored tradition, a way to settle disputes of power and prestige. The air was thick with tension as the two titans squared off. Anu, the seasoned leader, against Alalu, the rebel with a cause. The duel was fierce and brutal, each combatant pushing the other to their limits. But in the end, Anu's experience and strategy won out, leaving Alalu defeated and humiliated. In a shocking twist of events, Alalu, overwhelmed by defeat and fear for his son Aninius's life, committed an act unheard of in Anunnaki society. In a desperate primal move, he bit off and swallowed Anu's genitals. This act was more than just a violent rebellion. It was a violation of the Anunnaki's strict dietary laws. The Anunnaki were not allowed to consume meat, and by doing so, Alalu condemned himself to death. But Anu, always the cunning strategist, had other plans for Alalu. Instead of a swift end, Anu decided to prolong Alalu's punishment, sentencing him to die on Mars, far from his home and loved ones. Alalu's reckless act had dire consequences, and he was sentenced to a fate worse than death. The once proud and defiant Anunnaki was now a condemned man, facing a lonely and agonizing demise on a distant, barren world. Fate, however, had a different plan for Alalu and his wife, Ninlalu. Instead of a grim exile to Mars and a certain death, a grand deception was set in motion. Alalu and Ninlalu, in a startling turn of events, faked their own deaths on Earth. Their bodies remained motionless, seemingly lifeless, but the spark of life was still there, hidden from all. Whisked away in the silent shroud of this deception, they embarked on a clandestine journey, not to the red deserts of Mars, but to the icy moon of Jupiter Europa. Europa, a world of mystery and potential, would serve as their secret base, their new home, until the time was right to intervene in Earth's future. The news of Alalu's death spread, but not the truth of his mission. Those close to him were informed of the ruse, their sorrow replaced with relief, and perhaps a hint of admiration for the audacious plan. Alalu's son Aninius was particularly relieved, the weight of his father's supposed demise lifting from his shoulders. And what about Anu? The king of the Anunnaki, the one who had condemned Alalu to death, left Earth with a mischievous smile playing on his lips. He too was in on the secret, a silent accomplice in this cosmic game of power and survival. Even Anu, knowing the plans of fate, left Earth with a mischievous smile on his face, a testament to the complex game of power and survival that was underway. The drama that unfolded had far-reaching implications. Anu's arrival on Earth marked the beginning of a new chapter for both the Anunnaki and our planet. His reorganization of the gold extraction process was a critical step in ensuring the survival of Nibiru. The duel between Anu and Alalu, though brutal, established a clear hierarchy and set the tone for future conflicts. Alalu's exile to Mars, while seemingly a harsh punishment, was in fact a clever deception. This ruse not only saved Alalu from the limitations of the Anunnaki dietary restrictions, but also allowed him to continue his work from the safety of Jupiter's moon, Europa. The events that transpired were not merely a series of unfortunate incidents. They were deliberate actions, carefully orchestrated to achieve a greater purpose. In the grand scheme of things, Anu's decision to travel to Earth set in motion a series of events that would forever change the course of Anunnaki and Earth's history.